Right, good evening, welcome back. I think we've got the Elgato capture card working. There we go. So we can get the stream underway. Do apologise about the technical issues. I swear I've tested this earlier on, but literally only found out quite a bit ago that I was meant to be streaming and commentating at the same time. So we are back. Hopefully you can see the stream working all right again. This is the German Grand Prix in Hockenheim, and it is chucking it down. It is full wets. In Hockenheim, just like in real life, to be honest with you, so it kind of replicates that. But we don't know what the weather's going to be like for the race, so this could throw a spanner in the works for all the drivers involved. And, you know, it will get free choice of tyres though, so this will be a huge advantage for them. I don't think it's rained at all in quali for quite a long time in Xbox One F1, so I'm very intrigued to see what these guys can do. So at the moment, Veloce Surprise has set the fastest lap time with a 1:23.8, and since I know that it's in the full wets, we don't know what the lap times we could expect. We don't know if the rain's going to get any better or any worse. I just don't know at the moment, but yeah, hopefully we'll get a bit of an idea of what we could expect in the race, because usually mediums to hards is the best strategy around here, because the softs around here don't last very long at all. They last about 7 or 8 laps or so before you have to go in pit, and that's why try and go out for as long as you can on a set of the medium compounder tyre, and then go onto the hard compounder tyres to do the end of the Grand Prix. So everyone has set a lap time at the moment. I was going to go on a hot lap with someone, but we couldn't because we were trying to sort out the stream. We were having troubles with the lobby, and but yeah, I think we will go on board with someone in a minute with Franglish. But we'll go through the standings pretty soon. As Veloce Surprise is leading the standings at the moment. He has had 6 wins to his name, most out of all the drivers on the field, with 179 points. 2, we have Leopards with 153 points, and we have Pinecone on 126 points. 4th place is Martin with 84 points. 5th place is Jason97F1. And then we've got 6th P1R Brown, 7th Geertz Joe, 8th Nazi Evening, 9th LCR Mulder, and 10th we've got WR Verstappen. We've got Danny 11th, Roberts 12th, Franglish 13th, Overkill's 14th, John 15th, and Amazed P 16th. So those are your standings. So let's take you on board with a hot lap let's go on board with Franglish, as he's saying one now. So you're going to go into turn 1 then. Brake just a little bit earlier in the wet, because otherwise you really are going to struggle. We will see a few people try to navigate the tricky turn 2 and 3 in the wet conditions. They won't rely on the DRS, and it's as they go past the Parabolica now, which you can go, well, the ERS you use less ERS in the wet basically, so you can go for a few laps on the 4 wets. Then approaching turn 6, again just braking just a little bit earlier to get the best possible turn in, short shift quite early on as well. And then approaching turn 8, turn 9, going into the right hand kink just a little bit there. Approaching the tricky turn 10. Now we see a few people on the intermediate conditions tyres, so it'll be interesting to see if that would make any difference. And it is Veloce Surprise of all people. To be honest, I'm not really that surprised that Veloce Surprise is on the intermediates, to be honest. But as he goes towards the penultimate few corners coming up here, and he's going to set a provisional. Well, hopefully he might improve on his lap time. It is a 1:24.8, and it is invalidated because his last time was a 1:25.0. So again, it is tricky in the wet, so not really that surprising. And as Leopard has gone fastest so far with a 1:23.7 on the set of the wet tyres. Again, I think it won't be that long for a few guys go into the pit lane, and hopefully I would get a word from someone that hopefully I'll get a word from someone about the weather situation, because I don't have anyone added. So yeah, I think since a few of the guys are not complaining, it looks like it is going to be a dry race, which I think will be a relief, because if we see a wet race as well as qualifying, it's going to be quite a long one as well, and quite a few strategic moves. But I think we see a lot more people going on the mediums due to the fact that it is going to be a free tyre choice, like we said. And as we've got 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. And the most overtaking we're going to see today is probably pretty much during the DRS straight, turn 2 and 3 potentially, and also between turn 5 and 6 as well. If you're watching Oceania this morning, there were people that were making some very clever moves going into turn 6, and I was quite shocked that they made those moves, but it was pretty good. Yeah, so as we are, I might have said some of the timings wrong. If I did, I do apologise. Sorry, I am not with it. Usually I have a lot of time to prepare for streams, but yeah, we should be okay now. We should be okay now. Overkills is still on the lap at the moment on the set of the wet tyres, and I think Veloce Surprise was going to go on the inters, but he is not. So he decided the inters were not good for him, which I thought it wasn't going to be good for him, and all staying on the 4 wets, which I do believe it's going to stay exactly the same pretty much throughout this whole qualifying session. So, but if it does get dry towards the end, then we will see a few people just rush out of the pits very quickly to make sure they get the best possible timing. So, yeah, and we do have a few predictions as well for who they think should get pole position. A few people saying Veloce Surprise is probably going to get pole and obviously win it as well. And we've seen a few times where he hasn't won a few races this season, but that was some of them were due to connection issues, and the places where he has won it, he had to work for it, and there's a few places where he's dominated. So it's been a mixed bag for Veloce Surprise, and he's currently out there now going on a lap at the moment. Now, Leopard 123.6, Verstappen 123.7. We will see. I think the ones who are usually up there at the top, we may see down the bottom there at the moment, but it will be good for the race, to be honest, because those people will shake things up. They will climb up the order, and they may go for the obstinate strategy. They may go on the hards potentially to start the race on, and maybe they could go on to the mediums to be on the fresher tyres. Germany is one of those races where it is unpredictable around here, and I think Veloce Surprise could be one of those people. I don't know, and he must have been validated somewhere as he slowed down a little bit there, or he might be on an outlap and the game not telling me about that. So yes, as we've got Veloce Surprise moving out the way of WRR Verstappen, who is currently going just past turn 12 now, as he's about to start his next flyer out on the wet tyres. So I think quite a few people are going out there for more laps, to be honest, and I think Franglish has been on a few laps on the wet, but he was the only one that that went on for a few laps. He then pitted, and a few laps then pitted. So he's not the one who went for full stints like everybody else. I'm guessing if more people wanted to get a feel for the track and what's going on first before they did that, as Roberts 123.6. So I think you can tell that they are trying to find bits of the track where it is less wet. Obviously it is still wet, but they're just trying to use every bit of track, every bit of curbing as they can, obviously to try not and avoid track limits, of course, because otherwise that would end up very bad, to be honest. So hopefully that shouldn't happen, to be honest. Liking Verstappen's helmet, by the way, pretty cool at the moment. And there we go. My phone was on the floor there. I was just about to go through the stats as well, what's been happening through the season, and basing on predictions, because I haven't been around seeing what these guys have to offer, because I've been at usually I've been busy at this time on a Sunday night, and usually usually I like to know what's gone on and stuff like that, and see about the stats and everything. As Verstappen has improved his time to a 1:23.7. I think that's still the same time. Actually, no, he's improved on Leopard's time, which was quite shocking at the moment. So good on Verstappen, I gotta say. He's been doing quite well today, which is good to see. He might be a god in the wet. Yeah, he might be a god in the wet. And it was wet in Spain and Austria for a little bit. So there was some wet races, but it was inters. It wasn't heavy rain at all. So let me just look at Verstappen's best finish, actually. Verstappen's best finish was a P3 last time about in Britain. So basically he kept his momentum going, and hopefully he can keep his momentum going, basically, to see if he can do well in this race. Knowing him, he could possibly do that. So as he will be spun a little bit there, I'm guessing that will be his time done. Roberts, I think, is currently on a lap time as well in the Ferrari. So I'll need to turn my Elgato down, so it's a little bit loud for you guys. And it's nice to see a few predictions in there flying in at the moment, which is good to see. And hopefully the German Grand Prix will be as insane as real life. The real life Grand Prix was absolutely amazing, and I expect this one to be pretty good and decent too. I'm a big fan of the German Grand Prix now. It's a shame that they're not having it for next year in real life, really. To be honest, I don't know why they dropped it, personally. But it happens. It happens at times. As Roberts goes across the line now, can he improve on his 1:23.6? Yes, he can. A 1:23.5, and I'm just seeing where everybody else is on the track. They've got about 40 seconds remaining. Veloce Surprise is going through sector 1 currently at the moment. So here he goes. And where's Leopard on the circuit going through sector 2? So he'll be possibly the last person to set a lap time. Now, CRG Pinecone. Now, Pinecone, I remember I was able to commentate on his first win. And I had the glory of doing that. And it felt great. So, I might give him positive jinx tonight, I don't know. Bearing in mind, I probably just jinxed that, but I don't know. There he goes, he just got a 1:23.5, so maybe that jinx did work out after all. So, get on Pinecone, and in a Mercedes car, on pole position at the moment. What about Overkill sector 2? I'm just going to see where Leopard and Surprise are. Now, Leopard is just going through sector 3. I think Surprise is further on a lap, actually. Yes, he is. Veloce Surprise is coming towards the final corner now. Can he improve on CRG Pinecone's time of a 1:23.5? Yes, he can. 1:23.1. What about LCR? No, it's Shazoo Leopard now. He's only comes across the line in P2. Leopard is still on a fast lap, but he only just lost time on sector 2. I think about 77 thousandths of a second there. Bollets. No, he's not improving. What about Overkills? He's just going past turn 12, where we have seen Sebastian Vettel lose it quite a lot there. And luckily, he was one of the people that hasn't lost it. So, as he comes across the final corner, there he goes. Oh, he's taking the shortest line to the circuit there, but he doesn't improve. And Pinecone, is he going to improve on his time? He was 1:10 down. Can he find some time in that final sector? Nope, he doesn't. So Veloce Surprise is on pole. And a few people kind of predicted Veloce Surprise to be on pole, and I did it as well. So I was right there. So, yeah, I got my prediction right for a change. Because in AOR recently, I never get predictions right. Never get predictions right. So, we are about to get your quali results. There we go. So, we've got Veloce Surprise that takes pole with Leopard in P2. 0.3 per second with Pinecone in third. Roberts in fourth. A great qualifying result for him. We've got Overkills in 5th place. Verstappen in 6th place. Martin in 7th. LCR Mulder in 8th. Jason 97 F1 in 9th. And then we've got Danny in 10th. Snazzy Evening in 11th. And Frangwish in 12th. All of them get free tyre choice for today's race. And before we go to the main race action, here's a quick word from our sponsors, Hype Energy. So, welcome to the grid then for the German Grand Prix, and it is nice and sunny for today's race, and they'll be breathing a sigh of relief. I was kind of hoping there'll be a bit more rain to spice things up, but they probably wouldn't have heard the end of it. So, yeah, so at least we will see some great overtakes today, and they won't have to worry about the rain, but they might bring out a dry to race to throw a spanner in the works, and you never know what the game might throw at us. But at the moment, it looks pretty dry for the race to come, which looks pretty darn cool. So the drivers are getting ready for their setup. Obviously, they're going to take a little bit longer, as they will have a little bit more time to choose what tyre strategy they will be doing, because they'll have a little bit of a mixture. They may go for the two-stop, or they might do mediums to hard or hard to mediums. Two-stop may not be the fastest around here. We've seen in other places like Canada where the two-stop is faster. I don't think it's faster in Germany. So for those of you just joined us, welcome to the race. It's just me tonight, and Justin is not available tonight, and we've had Andy that's had troubles getting into the lobby. So you just got me filling in tonight, and I'm Jess Games 95 for those of you that don't know. So let's just go through the tyre strategy. Wow. I called it. I called it right there. Veloce Surprise is on the hard compounded tyres, and he is. So I was right about that. I'm actually quite impressed that he's gone on the hard compounded tyres. I guess he wants to be on the mediums towards the end of the race, and so is Leopard and Pinecone as well. I'm surprised more people on the hards, to be honest, than I thought. The top three, I originally thought Surprise was just going to be on the hards, but Leopard and Pinecone too. We've got Bobbert on the mediums. We've got Overkills on the mediums as well. We've got Verstappen on the hards, Martin on the hards, Mulder on the hards. We've got Jason 97 F1 on the mediums, Danny F31 on the mediums as well. Snazzy Evening on the hards, and we've got Frangwish on the mediums too. So quite a mixture, and obviously we got no one on the soft compounder tyres, except if they want to go for fastest lap, which I think, I don't know, if they're at the bottom they may try it, but we only got 12 runners tonight, so if a few people DNF, we could see a few people towards the end of the race challenge for the fastest lap. So Veloce Surprise is going to lead the field away, going towards the start, the grid for the AI control, as we've got a few people that have been disqualified from the formation lap already. What a surprise, but there we go. There is never a lobby with me where there isn't that. So yeah, if you just joined us, welcome, and we are about to get underway for the start of this race, and 5 red lights. And we are underway here in Germany, and Veloce Surprise has got a very good start. Leopard getting a good start too. Robert's trying to go around the inside, and he takes the move, and he gets into P3. Let's see how everybody else does at the back of the grid. So far, so good from everyone down here. We've got the Toro also trying to get past the Ferrari of Danny F1 as well. So all the drivers moving up everywhere at the moment, going towards turn 3. Veloce Surprise falling away. Roberts right on the back of Leopard as we're going towards past Parabolica and into turn 6 in the toy hairpin. There he goes, a little bit of banging wheels there, as I think Leopard gets the job done, as Leopard is up into P2 in the race, but looks like Bobbert is going to get a very good run there going in towards turn 8 and 9. Let's see if he can do it. No, not quite. Don't forget, Bobbert is onto the softer tyre compared to most of his rivals, so he would have more of an advantage. So a great start from him. Pinecone just dropped up a little bit into 4th place, but you may expect to see Bobbers drop down a little bit. You never know. And Overkill is trying his best to get some moves done all over as well. So I'm just gonna see who has gained quite a bit here. Bobbers has gained a bit, and so has Jason97F1. Jason97F1, who has been Mr. Consistent, he is up into P7 after starting P9. So a great start from him, and we will see the DRS train coming in a few moments' time. So do watch that as the lap comes. Don't forget, if you are new to AOR and if you are new to League Racing and F1 in general, that the DRS will be activated in lap 3, but the detection zone won't be until the start of the first DRS, which will be in turn 2 and turn 3. So yeah, I was quite shocked that all these drivers are making it very clean, but this is the top tier at the end of the day. And we've got Bobbers and Pinecone. Bobbers is trying to defend from Pinecone. Pinecone to the right hand side a little bit. Bobbers closed the door. He said, see you later, you're not having that position. And there we go, that is Bobbers for you. And Bobbers stays at P3. He's doing very well to try and defend off that from CLG Pinecone in the Mercedes car. So all of them quite close together, and that surprised me quite a lot. But that means literally anyone could potentially do well in this race, and it all will play on strategy as we go to the latter half then. So DRS is now enabled for all these drivers. So if they are within 1 second of the car behind, they can use it. And Leopard has dropped back from Veloce Surprise. So Leopard has run out of DRS, which is going to be very crucial for SSR Bobbers then, to try and see if he can get past him then. He's got DRS to play with. So is Pinecone, and so is Overkills. I think Overkills is a lot closer, but let's jump on board with SSR Bobbers first. Is he going to try and get past Bobbers along the straight? But look at Overkills though. Overkills is going to try and get past, but he couldn't quite do it at the moment. Meanwhile, we've also got Danny trying to get past TRL Martin in the Alfa Romeo as well. So we are seeing the DRS really coming into good use on this German Grand Prix circuit. There is pretty much 2 or 3 DRS that really follow after each other, and they've really got to play some really good skill here if they want to get it right. I think the only one that also follows after each other is also Canada as well, and potentially France as well. No, it's Canada as well that follows after each other as well, because I've done a few league races as well in this game, and I find the 3 DRSs around Germany to be quite tricky, to say the least. As Bobbers has got the first time penalty of the session then, so Bobbers has got a 3-second time penalty. Obviously, Mulder got one, and AOR Franglish has got one as well. Bobbers trying to get the move on Leopard. Leopard is trying to close the door on him. We'll have to wait and see. Bobbers getting a very good exit here, getting very good entry as he's going to try and get to the right hand side of Leopard. Can Leopard close the door that he needs to? He's got to. And oh, look at this, look at Pinecone out of nowhere. Pinecone with the double overtake, both on Overkills and Leopard. So Pinecone up into P2. Where did that come from? So Pinecone, good job from there. He's done a great job as well. Bobbers is all the way down. Bobbers all the way down into 6th place. Jason97F1 is going to have a go as well. Bobbers is not having a good time at the moment. He was 2nd, then he was 3rd, and now he's dropped down into 6th, and he may lose another position as well. But meanwhile, his teammate Danny F31 is going for a move as well, and I think we have yellow flags everywhere. I don't know. It's now the evening, still in 11th place, and he's got to make his way through the field, and he's behind AOR Franglish as well for P10. And we've got LCR Mulder in the pits. I think that's what the yellow flag was for. I think that's what the yellow flag, and Overkills and LCR Mulder has retired from the session. So I'm guessing he's had enough. But Pinecone, the story so far, who's made up quite a few positions, and that's really going to help and close the gap to Veloce Surprise. And we have another yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that? It's probably not going to tell me, but we got Danny F31 trying to make the move past Jason97F1, and he defends that quite well. Can Martin take advantage of that? I think he can, to be honest with you. He is going to try and take advantage of that. And I'm guessing the set 1 is probably in the pits, because it's not telling me who's dropped position. I don't know. it is quite hard to tell. As, yeah, Danny is now ahead of Jason 97 F1. So the two Ferrari teammates going in tandem at the moment. And we got Aberkills now trying to go in DRS range of Leopard now then. Leopard is in DRS range now, so he's going to try and defend from his rivals. Look at this. We've got Leopard, Overkills, Verstappen, Bobberts. They're pretty much all within a second of each other, and Overkills just went off the circuit. That probably would have been a warning for him, which will be a bit of a shame. But hopefully he could keep his positive mindset going for the rest of the race. But he's doing well in P4 so far. And Veloce Surprise doing time trial laps and showing he means business. He wants to win his championship. His rival is Leopard, who is currently sitting in P3 at the moment. And we've got WR Verstappen going to try and get past, trying to defend from Bobberts as well. So, and he's also going to try and see if he can get past Overkill in the next couple of corners. Maybe within the next DRS straight as well, potentially. So we'll have to wait and find out pretty soon as well. A little bit of a weave in there for WR Verstappen, trying to get a bit of tyre temperature into his tyres, because looking back to the tyres, we've got Verstappen on the hard compounded tyres. Now, what I've noticed from the Oceana race this morning, that the hard tyres are pretty good around here. They are a pretty good race tyre for the people to be on. So that's why Verstappen is getting really racy at the moment, as we're finding a few people starting to drop off a little bit. Maybe Leopard's dropping off a little bit from Pinecone, as Pinecone is really starting to push away. As oh, look at this, Bobber's trying to have a go again on WR Verstappen, but WR Verstappen is having none of that. He's saying, oh, see you later right now. So yeah, I gotta say to Bobberts, he's doing all his best, and he's not letting what he has done over the course of the race so far for him. He's trying to gain his positions back that he's meant to anyway. So as he is trying to go on the back of Verstappen, so we have to wait and see how that goes towards the stints. So the stints will be coming soon for the pits. And just a quick rundown on the strategy if you just joined us. If they were to go on them hards from the mediums, they will pit around lap 15 to about 18, and they will go on the hards from around lap 18 to about lap 22, as when they will go on to the medium tyres if they started on the hards. So that's what you could expect at the moment. No one else has had particular front wing damage. I think pretty much everyone has made one stop, and Verstappen has get another 3-second time penalty. I really should be really checking those time penalties at the moment, but I haven't been doing that. So naughty me, but hey ho. And Overkill is probably going to take advantage of that, as he's going to try and get past Leopard now again. Oh, look at Leopard's defense there, but Overkill is going to try and make it past turn 6. He squeezes past that. What a move! But look at this, Leopard is going to fight back there side by side, going towards turn 7 and 8. And I think Leopard is going to get the move back. Yes, he is. Unfortunately, Overkill didn't make that sit there. And he is going to stay in P4 at the moment. But Leopard did very well to hang on to that place. He really did. He's doing a great job at the moment. He's still winning this championship fight, and he wants to try and close in on Veloce Surprise gap. And this is what he needs to do at the moment. Even though Veloce Surprise is ahead of him at the moment in the championship battle, he's got to get past a few cars before he can get past Veloce Surprise, which is going to be a really tough battle at the moment. And we are not even at the halfway stages, and there's still some great battles going on. And oh, look at this, we've got the Racing Point in there as well, the two Ferrari. This is just getting absolutely insane. I remember the German Grand Prix last season, and I actually commentated on that one, and that was pretty good as well. It looks like Overkill is going to try another move towards turn 6. Can he make it work this time? This time he makes it work. But can Leopard is getting challenged by Verstappen, of all people. He might lose 2 positions as well if Danny and Bobberts could joining on the action. As Leopard is going to try and get past as well. I think Bobberts is going to capitalise on that and see if he could capitalise on other people's mistakes but unfortunately that could not quite work for him. So there we go. Bobbert stays 6th, but Verstappen, whoa. If he kept that move and made past Leopard, that would have been absolutely insane. This is why this is the top tier, because of these great races that these guys are pulling on. This is just incredible. Doverkills has just set the fastest lap of the race so far, a 1:14.8. Don't forget they will get a point if they're inside the top 10. And Snazzy Evening just getting a 3-second time penalty there as well. And I think we're just following the midfield battle, to be honest, at this stage, because they're all so close. And I wonder if the two Ferrari teammates are working together, because they're all so close. They may be switching a few positions there. You can see through Danny's view that Bottas is going to try and get past Verstappen into turn 6. Can he make it work? No, he can't. He's still right on the gearbox. He may get another chance going into turn 7 and 8. The number 41 driver on the fresher tyres though, on the softer tyres. This time he makes it work. A little bit of touching again. That almost ended in a shunt. But luckily that didn't end in a shunt. But there we go, as Bobbert stays in 6th place for now. In front of his teammate. And we've got Jason 97 F1. He's watching. He's just waiting for the right moment. He's not going for ambitious moves just yet, which I think, to be honest, is very important at this stage. You can't go for too ambitious moves at the moment. And Frangwish there getting a 3-second time penalty once again. And I think we will see more moves again from these people. Let's just watch Leopard. Or actually, no, Verstappen is really behind Leopard. So let's just follow the two Ferraris then. Verstappen, is he going to try and get a move on the outside line, potentially? Ooh, the Ferrari almost going off the circuit there. We've got Danny also having a lot of fun in this battle as well. Maybe Jason could watch this. This could be Jason's opportunity to do this, make this overtake work. He's right outside of this. This could work out very well for Jason 97 F1, but yep, he backs out of that. And this also brings out TRL Martin into contention as well. So this could be interesting actually for these guys. Someone says there might have been front wing damage from one of the cars, but I don't know. As a banging wheels, yeah, it could be. Bobberts and Verstappen. Actually, no, they're going into the pits for I'm guessing, oh no, Verstappen's out. So, I'm guessing he had a front wing change. And he didn't want to do that. So, Spawny Star, who's predicted right, and thought that Verstappen had a little bit of front wing damage, he did. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't see what caused it, though. So, unfortunately, that's Verstappen's race over, but the battles he produced was absolutely amazing. But meanwhile, let's just watch the battle between Martin and Jason out of nowhere. They're going side by side into turn 6. Jason 97 F1 holding on to 6th place. Danny up into 5th place. Out of all this as well. But can Martin take and get past the beast of Jason 97 F1? I don't know. Let us know in the chat what you guys think of these very intense battles. The Oceania race was exciting. Boy, oh boy. This race is just as exciting as well. So fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to be in for a very tasty ride here at the German Grand Prix. And we are on lap 13 out of 34 at the moment, as we got a few time penalties going in. Martin getting a penalty. And to be honest, we'll probably get to a stage where I think only a few people will get penalties. In the Oceania race this morning, only one person didn't get a penalty, and that was, I think, Pomp to the win. Look at this, Martin getting a really good run, getting the DRS flat really nice and early. And Martin's up into P6. Snazzy Evening, oh, there's a bit of contact from Snazzy Evening and the two McLarens as well. Snazzy Evening was looking to capitalise, but unfortunately, the gamble paid too soon for Snazzy Evening. And he is back to where he is. He's back into 9th place. But advantage of this now, these guys can keep going. If they still want to get that extra point, they can. Any one of these top 10 can set fastest lap, because if I look at the fastest lap at the moment, it is inside the top 10. So we will see an extra point there. So it is going to be a bit of a competition at the moment. So, yeah, Snazzy Evening is going to go into the pit lane. He's having a bit of trouble at the moment. And I wonder what tyre he's going to go on after his. No, yeah, Snazzy Evening has had enough, which is not really a surprise. Oh, Frangwish is out. What's happened to Frangwish then? Let's go on board with Bobbert. We have a yellow flag sector 1. That might be the pit lane. Oh! Binned it. Oh, that is a very bad place to bin it. So already we're down to 8 runners on this Grand Prix. Hopefully we won't have any more retirements, but that was very unfortunate from Frangwish. I think he got a little bit unlucky there. I don't think he had contact from anyone. So yeah, unfortunately, that is his race over, which is very, very sad, to tell you the truth. So that means I think pretty much everyone in the top 8 is probably gained positions anyway. If I look at the let me look at the position changes. Bobbers is the only one that's dropped positions, as well as Leopard. And we are starting to see people that are on the medium to hard strategy go into the pits. Here goes Overkills then. Overkills is going to go on to the hard compounded tyres, as we would expect it, and that will take them till the end of the Grand Prix. No front wing change, no damage there, so it is going to be a normal pit stop for the Toro Rosso driver. He's going to see if he can get the undercut on his rivals then, on particularly Danny as well, and potentially Leopard. So we'll see if he can produce the fastest laps then. And Veloce, Surprise and Pinecone, they are on the hard, so they can go out for a little bit longer. And they will need to really start pushing as well. But again, I did see New Zealand Ryan earlier on this morning, or whoever, they were on the hards as well, and they were still able to push past his laps, even though they were on the people on fresher hards as well. So that was intriguing to say the least. So that is probably why a lot of people went for the hard compounded tyres. Martin as well. So I think the only people that potentially will get the overcut will be Jason and Danny. Is Danny going to pit, or is Jason going to pit? I don't know. Are they going to respond to the challenge of people into the pits? I don't know. Yes, Jason I7 is. Danny is staying out. So let's follow Jason I7 F1 as he goes into the pit lane. And I think Overkills is going to get Jason 97 F1 quite comfortably. So here comes Overkills towards the start finish straight now. So there he goes. He's way ahead of Jason 97 F1 and Bobberts as well. Bobberts picked quite early. It's going to be a bit of a gamble for Bobberts. If I was Bobberts right now, he won't lose much position. I would go onto the soft tyres and pit for the fastest lap point towards the end of the Grand Prix. But obviously, he would wait until the end of the race in order to do that. So that's what probably Bobberts do anyway. There's not really much battle going on at the moment. We've got TRL Martin. He's 1.3 seconds behind Danny F31, and he is catching a little bit. The medians will start to die a little bit though, so you never know. Danny will need to go into the pit soon. He's got to, and yes he is, and he's probably going to be the one that might challenge on Overkills. I don't know. Overkills is already drawing up that gap. He's already starting to pull some really good sector times at the moment. So maybe this could be Overkill's great strategy call. And he's already 12 thousandths off his previous bet. He's clear of his previous best, so that's pretty impressive. And yeah, Overkills is ahead of Danny, so is Bobberts as well. But more crucially, Danny F31 is ahead of Jason 97 F1 as well. So that is key. That is key for Danny F31. He's 7th at the moment, and he's going to find some time to try and catch up to his teammate. Will will the Ferrari team bosses let them race? Or will they not let them race? Hopefully they will let them race because that's what they do. But there were a few occasions in the real life races, in particular in Russia, where there were a few team orders in Ferrari, and it costed quite a few people's races, to be honest. But luckily the two Ferrari boys are performing a lot better than Sebastian Vettel did in USA, I've got to say. And so we got T.R.R. Martin then in the pits at the start of the pit window for the hard compounder tyres, hoping to get the undercut on Leopard. So Martin then onto the mediums. Will Leopard respond to that? Will Leopard know that Martin is his nearest rival? It's going to be a close one. Overkilled his overcut quite a bit. Obviously he did. But Martin is going to be on fresher tyres. So he's going to start to climb his way through the field towards the end of this race. He's right on the back of Denny F31. And he can potentially be on the back of SSR Roberts as well, if he can try and get that move as well. So this is where we can see that strategy plays a key. Will the people that pitted quite early, will the mediums tyres last? Will Martin's tyres last? Because they will start to lose a bit of grip. But I don't know. I think obviously the medium tyres last 16 laps. I think Martin is going to do it. But if he pushes too early, he can run out pretty quickly. So I don't know. So all the top three who are on the hard tyres, they're staying out, going at it at the moment. Pinecone still on course for P2. Now I do believe Veloce Surprise doesn't have a time penalty at all. And we've got yellow flag set to 1. Oh, it's Bobbitt! Oh, it's Bobbitt. He's spun into turn 1. Hopefully he does not give up. I think he just had a little bit of a spin there. If I was him, in a couple of laps, like I said earlier, to go on to a fresh set of the medium rubber and go on to the, actually go on to the soft and go on to the soft compounder tyres. Actually, that's what I would do anyway. So as Bobbitt is still keeping going, which is good to see, and that means Jason 97 F1 is ahead of Bobbitt as well, and Martin is ahead of Danny. So Martin actually managing to get the move done on Danny quite comfortably. Danny still 4 temps though, but this is the crucial. Can Danny close in? I don't think he can. So Martin, I think, picked the right tyre there. Pinecone, the first of the top 3 to go into the pit lane. So there we go. Pinecone will be going on to the mediums to challenge the top runners. And will the undercut work for... I think it's mainly for Leopard's perspective, because Veloce Surprise is going to be quite comfortably ahead of Pinecone. But is Leopard going to be ahead of Pinecone? That's the crucial bit. So Pinecone is going to see if he can find... He's going to eat in some time a little bit, because Surprise and Leopard are really eating into the limit here. I did say lap 20, and Leopard and Surprise are approaching the end of lap 20 now. So they are going into the limits at the moment. So I think they are going to pit roughly at the same time. Yes, there we go. Veloce Surprise going into the pits. What about Leopard? Leopard has to go into the pits now. Otherwise, his hard tyres are going to die. No. He does a Hamilton moment. He does an in. And there he goes. Leopard is staying out then. So Veloce Surprise, he's going to be quite comfortably in the lead then. So where is Pinecone? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. As Surprise is just ahead by 2 seconds. So that means Surprise will have a little bit more of an advantage compared to Pinecone. So Surprise timing it well there. Overkill's still 4.4 seconds, but I think he's going to stay 4 for now unless Martin could do something about it. Martin having a good day in the office so far. Let's see how many positions Martin has gained at the moment. I'm going to see. Let me see. 2 positions. So he's doing quite well. So is Danny. So, to be honest, it's going to be really tough to pick who is going to get driver of the day, because it is all very tight around here on who's going to get driver of the day due to the strategies, who's going to make it work. To be honest, I don't even know. It's going to be a tight one. So, I know I keep saying tight one all the time, but it is. So, and is Leopard staying out again? Leopard staying out again, but Veloce Surprise is already eating time onto Leopard. And the question is, there is a danger, if Leopard doesn't pit soon, then Pinecone could get ahead of him, because Pinecone is already in a position to set fastest laps pretty soon as well. And he's faster. Martin still says the fastest lap time. So Veloce Surprise and Pinecone still not in the 113s yet. Whereas Martin is quite comfortably in the 113s. So I wonder if it's a mistake on Leopard, but knowing Leopard, he's a bit of a gambler and he knows what he's doing. So I'm not, to be honest, I am not going to question Leopard's strategy at all. He, you know, but we'll see anyway. As is he going to go into the pits now? No, he's not. I wonder. I've never been in this situation, but has anyone tried to push to the limits on those hard tyres? How long have you went on those hard tyres in Germany? How long do these tyres last before they get a puncture? That is the question. I would say lap 28 before puncture. I don't know. The hards can last quite a bit, but they start to lose quite a bit of grip. So, and Surprise is really eating into it to time. It could be a situation where Veloce Surprise could gain it on track. And Pinecone is 2 seconds behind Veloce Surprise, so he's gaining time as well. So you never know. And we've still got some more battles. We've got some midfield battles going on. So don't think that the battles are over, because they are almost certainly not. As we've got Jason 971 F1 still on the back of Danny. They're pretty much, they've been rivals for quite a bit this race. And pretty much they've been rivals for pretty much the whole of the season, to be fair, as well. So it's great to see them battling for position. They're all going to get points, pretty much, if they continue. So that's kind of like the motivation for everyone that is racing to continue. And that's why Bobbers is doing that as well. And Jason is going to have more advantage to DRS, whereas Danny is not. And I won't be surprised if a few people obviously have low wings around here. When I was racing around here, my wings, I managed to set up my wings quite low as well. So, yeah, that is pretty good. And if you're in the chats as well, also let us know how well your ARR race has gone so far. How your German Grand Prix, how's your first race back been? As Jason 97 F1 now, I almost said his name wrong. Is he going to get the run into turn 6? No. I think he's backed off a little bit. But he's going to have more, I'm sure he's going to have more of a chance soon, because he's got more ERS to save, whereas Danny's got less. So I'm a bit worried more about Danny than Jason 97 F1. Danny needs to save. Jason can push a little bit more compared to him. And Leopard's still out again. He is on fire at the moment. 24 laps. I don't think I could be on those hards for 24 laps. I would struggle to keep the car on the track. It'll just be insane, because there are some oversteery corners, I've got to admit. So to be honest, I don't know how these guys do it. And we're now going to get the run into turn 1. So here comes Jason 97 F1 on Danny again. A little bit too further back this time. Probably because he was saving the RS. He might try again soon. Yeah, Danny just has a better straight line speed, I think. which is, I think, very crucial around this circuit. So what can Jason do? Yeah, he backs out. He did try for a minute, and yeah, he just backed out. Which I think is brave of him. He might be a person that may want to try towards the end of the Grand Prix. So he can put more pressure on Danny, and then Danny will have less time to react. I have seen a few races in AOR this season in all tiers where a few people have done that, and that's really worked well in their favours at the moment. And Veloce Surprise is now 1.6 seconds clear. And it is confirmed, actually, that Pinecone will be ahead of Leopard. So, due to the fact that Leopard has been staying out for so long, Overkills might be ahead of Leopard as well. That is the danger of staying out for 25 or so laps. Maybe he's forgotten that he needs to pit. I don't know. If you're just watching this race, we've got Leopard that's leading, but we've got Veloce Surprise that is in the net lead in this race, with Pinecone in a net second place. And we are seeing the message of this story is that, well, the moral of the story is the hards and mediums is working a lot better. And I would probably have seen less people go onto the hards to start with if it wasn't a full wet qualifying. So that's what full wet qualifying brings to you. And I'm very glad about that. And Scootery, you got third in F2. Well, well done. Well done. I miss commentating on F2. F2 was great. F2 was a great lead to commentate. You never know, I might be back next season. I don't know. We'll see anyway. But this race has been really good, actually. It's all about the quality, not the quantity, I must say. And I think it's mainly in terms of strategy that's made it interesting. The opening half of the race was absolutely fantastic. There was just like so much going on. And we could have another bit going on here as Veloce Surprise easily, quite comfortably gets the lead from Leopard. Leopard is not challenging that. You can see how worn his tyres are. Let me just go on board with him. It is hard to tell in this game. It looks like it's clear, but it's not. If it was in real life, it would be like Lewis Hamilton's tyres in USA, where he went on a bit early. Or it might be Mexico as well, actually. So maybe Leopard is doing a little Lewis Hamilton-esque type strategy. Pinecone is rearing him in at the moment, 1.7 seconds, but I don't think Pinecone has to overtake Leopard. I always keep calling Leopard LCR Leopard there, but he's not. And Leopard staying out again. My oh my, he's definitely doing a little Lewis Hamilton. And I wonder what his team bosses will be thinking. I think they'll be biting their teeth at the moment for Leopard. Right now. And he has been doing a few races this season where he's been doing the alternate strategy and pushing those tyres to the limit. So, to be honest, I really shouldn't be that surprised on Shazoo Leopard. He's still going to get a podium anyway. And when we haven't seen the penalties. Now, for those of you that are wondering about penalties, because I'm the only one that's commentating on this, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil the penalties because that just spoils the excitement of it. I like the surprise. And I know some of you guys like the surprise as well, as Martin is going to drive around the inside onto Overkills into turn 10. And he does it. Martin is up into full place already. So Martin, it's an insane job, obviously on softer tyres. He played that well. Can Overkills challenge him on the last couple of laps? And finally, Leopard goes into the pit and he stops the car just in time there. Oh my word, that was close. That was insanely close. So where does Leopard come out now? Martin and Overkills. So Leopard was hoping to get a win, P2. He's got P5 and Danny might get ahead of him as well. No, I think Leopard just got ahead of him, but... Oh, so Leopard is on the softs then, not on the mediums. So maybe he was going on the hards all along, to see if we can try and go on the soft compounder tyres. Softs do laugh at. Softs will go to the end of the race if he does that. And I think he wants to bag the extra fast lap point as well. There we go, Jason 97 NF1 on Danny F31, and he does it into turn 6. That is where we're seeing a lot of overtaking moves here today. And Jason doing it with ease here. So Jason 97 F1 up into 6th position. Can he challenge down Leopard? I don't think he can, because obviously Leopard is on softer and fresher tyres. And can Leopard pull off a miracle? Can he find the time to catch up to Overkills? I think it might be a little too late to catch up. I think, to be honest, I think it'll be way too late to catch up onto Martin. But he can catch up to Overkills, which will be a great, sensational battle. But Overkills is right on the back of Martin as well. Actually, they can catch up to Martin. I was reading the wrong gap. Martin is about 13.5 seconds to Pinecone. My bad. I do apologise about that. But yeah, you can catch up to Martin. So a podium for Leopard is still on the cards. So he's really going for it. He really wants to make sure he has fun this race, eh? He really wants to put on a show here, which he is doing. And what can Leopard do? Danny F31 is just got past Jason out. He's having F1 again. So they are changing positions quite a bit here. It is, to be honest, it is a do or die moment for these two. And if I was Jason, I would wait to the end to challenge more on the position, I think. That's what I would do anyway. Challenge more. And work for it. As Leopard, not a surprise, he has taken the fastest lap so far and has gained so much time on Overkills. He's going to have the better straight line speed going into turn 3, but then into the short little kick of turn 4. And then approaching turn 5. Here we go. Here comes Leopard. To the left-hand side then, going into the Parabolica. Here he goes. And Leopard then is up into P4. And is potentially going to size in an opportunity on Martin. And Martin is not going to let Leopard have P3 that easily. And I know Martin's going to work for it. Again, I'm not going to spoil penalties. So you never know, some of these guys might have penalties. And I think the only person to not have penalties is Veloce Surprise. He's the only one to not have a time penalty. So we can breathe easy at this stage, but starting to get pins and needles on my foot at a very... I think my pins and needles are thinking they've got a tense moment of this Grand Prix, but it is getting very tense, and I hope you guys are sitting there enjoying the action here for Xbox One Europe. With potentially 3 laps to go. And Leopard, I think, is going to have the run here on Martin. Martin is defending. He is trying. He is trying to, and I think those softs are just has much more grip and pace. That Martin just had no challenge there. So there we go. Martin stays in P4. Well, drops down to P4. Leopard is now up into P3. And I think P3 is going to be where he is because Pinecone is in P2. And even if Pinecone has any penalties, that's not going to affect him in any way, shape or form. And championship can be decided early if Veloce Surprise keeps up his good form, his good wins. He didn't win last time about, but he is potentially going to be winning this time about as well. Unless he has a penalty that I don't know about. And to be honest, I don't know. I didn't see Surprise take a penalty, but I might be wrong in this situation. So we're on the penultimate lap then. Surprise still leads. Pinecone second. Overkills is about 2 seconds behind Martin. Martin's just got room to breathe at the moment. Overkills is doing well on those hard tyres to try and keep up with TRL Martin. And Jason 97 F1 and Danny have a little bit of a scrap again. They might bend wheels just a little bit. So there they go. So there goes Jason 97 F1. Jason 97 F1. I thought Jason 97 F1 was going to wait for the last possible moment. But again, he wants that challenge. And Overkills, he's not giving up, is he? He has a small fibre in his being. A few people in the chat are wanting Overkills to do well as well. He's looking very hungry for it. We're on the final lap. He's still got a few more chances to do it. But is it too little too late for him? We don't know. And Overkills is just having so much better pace. He's not using the DRS yet. He's waiting for the moment. You never know. Overkills might have less penalties. We don't know that. We don't know that. Let's see how he goes in the Parabolica. Can he get the run on Martin into turn 5 and 6? Look at this. Look at the power that he's going into turn 6. But Martin on the defence, on those medium tyres though, is working to perfection. I think it might be too little too late, but Martin on defence very well. But look at this. Overkills are going to try and get to the right hand. No, he's not. Oh, yes, he can. He's going to go to the left-hand side now. And Martin is just saying, see you later, you're not having that position. But meanwhile, let's go on board. Veloce Surprise wins the German Grand Prix. Pinecone comes across the line in second, and Leopard is going to come across the line in third. But meanwhile, let's jump on board. Penalties can change it, though. We'll have to wait and see. Leopard comes across the line in third. Martin is going to stay fourth. Yep, it is going to stay like that. It was close. Oh, Overkills drops to 6th then. So, Overkills has had more penalties. Jason 97 F1 is P5 in all of this. So, I think Jason 97 F1 is getting the most positions out of everyone. Let me just check. Yes, he has. So, Jason definitely gets one of my votes of driver of the day. And, Bobberts, what could have been for Bobberts? But he crossed the line in 8th. He's going to still get some solid points. Because obviously we had a few people that have retired from this race. And we are about to... We've got a Welshman. Obviously, Veloce Surprise, a familiar face at the top step for the podium. Who is going to stop? Can anyone else stop Veloce Surprise and Leopard? Pinecone is looking promising as well. Pinecone, to be honest, Pinecone's move earlier on, that also was insane. But he had a P2 last week. He's had a P2 this week. So he's had 2 podiums in a row. That is pretty impressive for Pinecone. I'm sure he'll be pretty pleased with that. And Leopard didn't have a penalty. I thought he did. I thought he did have a penalty, but obviously not. But there we go. We've got Veloce Surprise that takes the win from CLG Pinecone in P2, Leopard in P3, Martin P4, Jason 97 F1 P5, Overkills P6, Danny P7, Bobberts in P8, and your non-finishers are Franglish, Tenacity Evening, WR Verstappen, and LCR Mulder. That has been the German Grand Prix for AOR, Apex Online Racing Season 18 for Xbox One. And I do believe we are we racing next week? I think we are. I will just double check the calendar really quickly, because it is the Brazilian Grand Prix. Obviously the Brazilian Grand Prix might be a bit earlier. Let me just check. Yeah, there is a Grand Prix next week. We'll be at Hungary. It is Monaco without the walls. So these guys, there is less opportunities for overtaking. So these guys will need to be a little bit more smart in their setups maybe, and in terms of their strategy as well. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully Andy's Xbox has sorted himself, ready for him to commentate next week. And Justin will be here next week. And hopefully I've done all right only stepping in last minute. Hopefully, it was an entertaining stream for you. I may be back in the commentary box anytime soon. I don't know. You never know. I will say I won't be in it, and it turns out I might be. So I don't know. But yeah, I will be. I might be in it soon. I don't know. But the next time you'll see me will probably be Dirt. So Dirt Rally. So catch more of me on that. So don't forget to check out the American streams that are going on. I don't know what time. Don't quote me on the time. And I think it's at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. I don't know the times, but make sure you check out that. And also, if you want to watch about the other streams, make sure you do that as well if you haven't already. I'm EJS Games 95. Have a good rest of your evening, and for Apex Online Racing, we will see you next time. Good night.